Hello everyone, I am Dr. Shambhu Yadav, a neuroscientist and a stress biologist from Harvard Medical School. In this video, I am sharing something that can change your life. A 3-step detox protocol that will completely shift how you think about motivation. Most people think they need motivation to succeed. That's not true, not even close. In fact, the more you wait for the motivation, the less likely you are going to succeed. Let's say you watch a motivational video, you feel motivated, ready to conquer the world. But after 20 minutes, you crashed out, scrolling social media, feeling guilty. What happened with your motivation now? And that's the dopamine motivation trap. It gives you the temporary high like a sugar rush, then it drops you down. And your brain starts craving high dopamine spike, high dopamine hit. Again and again. But here is the truth that is backed by neuroscience. Motivation tanks when you are tired, when you are stressed, or when you are overwhelmed, which is exactly when you need to show up the most. So what do high performers do? They don't rely on the feeling. They rely on the system. They rely on their identity. They rely on the protocols. Dopamine is a feel-good chemical, also known as the molecule of more, but it's also a tricky one. It makes you chase short-term reward like another notification, another energy drink, another goal post. But it's terrible for long-term consistency. You can't build a career depend on the dopamine. You can't build a legacy with this, or even a habit on dopamine alone. Because the dopamine doesn't care about your long-term goal. It only wants now. And when it's gone, you feel stuck. You feel completely stuck. You can't move because you are waiting for that spark again. You are waiting for that dopamine hit again. So what is this motivation detox? It's not about becoming a robotic. It's not about suppressing your emotion. It's about freeing yourself. Freeing your brain from the needing to feel good to take action. When you stop chasing your emotional high, your brain begins to rewire. It learns that you can act without a green signal from your mood. And that's when the real transformation begins. Let's begin here. The clarity beats the motivation every time. The average person sets unclear goal. Get fit, be productive, do more, but the unclear goals equal to unclear result. You need to define your one matrix that matters, your OMTM, one matrix that matters for you. If you are a writer, write 1000 words per day. If you are a runner, you run 5 miles per day. If you are a student, 2 deep work block, no distraction. Make it specific, make it visible, and make it trackable. Don't just set goals, set protocol, action-based rules that are non-negotiable. For example, I read scientific research paper every morning from 7 to 8 a.m. period. That's not a goal. It's a protocol. It's built into my identity. People like David Gozin doesn't wait for a burst of motivation. He locks in his identity through his daily action. The prefrontal cortex, your decision-making brain part, loves protocol. It hates chaos. It needs certainty. So give it certainty. So here is the tools that work. Write a clarity contract. For example, I am someone who does something X at some Y time. No matter what, no negotiation, no excuses, no bargaining. This rewires your brain to act from who you are, not how you feel. This is where the shift really begins, from motivation to identity. If you keep saying, I need to write, I need to work out, I need to be focused, you are externally pushing yourself. But when you say, I am a writer, I am an athlete, I am a focused learner, now your brain works to keep that identity true for you. Your brain uses the principle called Hebbian learning. Neurons that fire together wire together, which means the more you act like a person you want to become, the more your brain locks that in as your default identity. Then don't obsess over outcomes. I want to publish a book, I want to get six-pack abs. Obsess over identity. I am the person who writes every day. I am the person who trains no matter what. Outcomes fluctuate, but identity, that's your anchor. Build self-evidence loop. Tiny action that reinforce who you are. Write one paragraph, do one set, read one page. These stack, and over time they become you. This is where you separate from 99% of the people. Most people avoid discomfort, they escape it, they delay it, they numb it. But discomfort is not the enemy. Discomfort is training. You have to expose your brain to controlled dosage of discomfort intensely. Cold shower, waking up early, doing the boring task, silence, stillness, tough conversation. Your amygdala, the brain fear center, the resistance center, overreact at first, but with the repeated exposure, it calms down. A study shows that consistent exposure to a small, manageable stressor lowers the amygdala reactivity, which means you become a calmer under pressure, less emotional, more focused. And this is what separates elite performer from everyone else. Try this for the next 30 days. Do one uncomfortable things every single day. It could be as small as skipping your phone in the morning, waking up 30 minutes earlier, say no, speaking your truth. Each act of the discomfort trains your nervous system to hold steady when others collapse. Now let's bring this full circle. When you stop chasing motivation, you unlock something far more powerful, and that is flow states. Flow is when you are deeply focused, completely immersed, and unstoppable. But here is the surprising part. Too much hype, too much emotion, or too much motivation can actually kill flow. Flow requires a delicate neurochemical balance. Cortisol needs to stay low, norepinephrine should be optimized for the alertness, and the dopamine, the tiniest steady dose, not huge spikes. When you follow protocol, not emotion, you create the condition your brain needs for flow. Build a ritual that signals it's time to enter flow. Same playlist, same lighting, slow deep breathing, zero distraction. And these rituals train your automatic nervous system. They reduces the cognitive friction. They make entering flow predictable. And studies show the people using this ritual hit flow states up to 20% more often. The NASA astronauts, Navy SEALs from the United States, Marcos in India, Buddhist monk, CEO like Jeff Bezos and the Sundar Pichai. None of them rely on the motivation. They rely on the checklist, they rely on the ritual and non-negotiables. They operate through the identity and their protocol, not feeling. So every time you act without the motivation, you rewire your brain. You build new neuronal pathway. You train your brain to value process over emotion, identity over time, action over hype. You are not waiting to feel ready. You are becoming the kind of person you show off no matter what. So here is your motivation detox protocol one more time. Step 1, clarity over emotion. Step 2, identity based action. And step 3, discomfort conditioning. You don't need motivation, you need a system, you need an identity, you need momentum. Start today, pick one protocol, act from the identity. Do one hard things and keep doing it even when you don't feel like it. Because that's how you're gonna win. Thanks for the watching. See you in the next episode.